Okay, so we are revisiting the 2011 NBA Lockout. It is the fourth and most recent lockout in NBA history. It lasted 161 days from July 1st to December 8th of 2011. It delayed the start of the 2011-2012 NBA season. The season was shortened from 82 to 66 games. It's very interesting. This is the summer before the 2012 Summer Olympics in London. Very key. A lot of players obviously want to play in the basketball tournament at the Olympics. So this lockout is quite important at the timing. There were many reasons why. The main reasons was the lack of a CBA. That was a big problem. So Olympic participation could be affected by that lack of CBA. The CBA had expired in 2005, so the league was operating on a season-by-season basis. And so any issues that were there were building up. Now, the NBA income, how it was distributed, the players got a fair chunk of that in their salaries, around 57% at the time of the lockout was distributed in player salaries. So the salary cap and luxury tax structure was also a big talking point. Now, the owners proposed that the player salaries dropped from 57% of league income to 47% of league income. The players counter-proposed initially a drop of player salaries to 53% of league income. However, the lockout begins on July 1st. Now, in this period, the negotiations aren't really going anywhere. And then, towards the end of November, the NBPA, which is the Players Association, was dissolved from the 14th of November to December the 1st. And this paved the way for an agreement to be reached on November 26th, where a new 10-year CBA was installed. There were reduced salaries. So the reduced salaries were less than what the players wanted and just slightly more than what the league wanted. So ultimately, I think the NBA wins this round, basically. The NBA wins this lockout. The players actually have to give a bit more than they wanted to. So in the end, league salaries have been at 57% of league income. They dropped between 49 and 51% of league income, depending on location and luxury tax structure. The players wanted to have their salaries drop to only 53% of league income. So the league wins that one. The league won, basically, in my opinion. The fact that the NBPA had to dissolve for the best part of 2 weeks in order to get an agreement over the line shows that there was a fractious nature within the player base. There was a fractious nature, clearly. And that lack of CBA for so long had allowed the league to gain an advantageous position. Now, we have seen no hint of any further labour unrest with the league and the players since 2011. Other leagues have had their own lockouts since 2011. The NHL and Major League Baseball have had their versions of labour unrest. And this is actually, as I said, the last time the NBA had any labour unrest between the players and the league. And as I say, there has been no hint of any further unrest in regards to any CBA negotiations, how the player salaries and the salary cap and the luxury tax system works, and the soft cap system. But during this lockout between July 1st and December 8th, many players did play overseas. So a lot of the European and Asian leagues did see talent sign up whilst the league was suspended. So we did get to see some NBA talent play over in Europe. Other players decided to sit out and not play overseas and wait for league play to resume. Now, pre-season ultimately started on December the 8th, and then league play got going. But it did have an impact. So ultimately, I think CBA negotiations go a lot smoother. No league really wants to have a lockout. It looks really bad for the optics because then the PR machine has to go, well, who's been greedy here, the players or the owners? And that's always a bad look when that comes into play. Fans get restless and they may consider looking at other sports to fill that void when there is no games being played. So this NBA lockout probably did have a boost for the NFL and the NHL in viewership figures on a brief hit because there's no NBA matches taking place in those markets. It'd be very interesting to look at the TV numbers. But as I say, the last time the NBA had a lockout, it was the fourth and most recent, and it lasted 161 days. So the league wasn't messing around here. And the players, there was a bit of disunity there. So we'll see what happens in the future and if the NBA has any further lockouts. I don't think anything happens anytime soon. But from me, for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.